This movie is exactly what you'd expect when you mix Tim Burton with X-Men with Harry Potter. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is a brand new Tim Burton fantasy movie and stars Eva Green, Asa Butterfield, Purnell, Rupert Everett, Terence Stamp, Chris O'Dowd, Judi Dench and Samuel L. Jackson. And in this movie, Jake, played by Asa Butterfield, has grown up with stories from his grandfather about a mysterious place where children who have special abilities live in safety. However, when tragedy occurs, he believes that all the stories that his grandfather told him are false. And after talking to a psychiatrist, they believe that going somewhere to meet someone that his grandfather knew will basically help him clear his head and come back to the real world. However, while in Wales trying to clear his head, he manages to find the orphanage that his grandfather was talking about and finds Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And these children range from many different abilities, from a girl who can float, a girl who can control fire, a guy who has bees living in his mouth, a girl who has a mouth on the back of her head, as well as others who are all living in this one place which is protected by a time loop, preserved by Eva Green, who I have to say was my favourite part of this entire movie. I thought she was great as Mrs. Peregrine. She was calm, confident, funny, serious. Everything this character needed to be, she conveyed. However, the same cannot be said for the rest of this movie because I really wanted to like it and it ended up just being fine. The rest of the performances, especially by the peculiar children, were good. No one really stands out. Apart from Mrs. Peregrine, I felt pretty much every other adult character in this movie was completely useless. Judi Dench is in this movie. I don't know why she's in this movie. She barely did anything. And I hate saying that because it's Judi Dench. I mean, it's Dame Judi Dench. She's an incredible actress and I felt like she was really underused in this movie. As for Samuel L. Jackson as the villain, I thought he was good. However, I felt like he was more of a comical villain when he should have been more a terrifying, intimidating and scary villain. Like throughout this entire movie, he's saying stupid shit which I really don't think he needs to say. It's supposed to be in there to add comedy to the movie, but it just came off really awkward and I personally didn't laugh at it. I felt like it was really out of place and I felt like this villain should have been more terrifying and intimidating than he was funny. And instead of letting off some sarky comments, just try and kill a couple of people. But the character that I really didn't give a shit about was Asa Butterfield as Jake. And I don't feel like this is on the actor's part because he was good in the role, but the character that he was playing was just so incredibly boring. I didn't find him interesting at all. I really couldn't relate to him. I couldn't give a shit about him, to be honest. And I think that's what this movie suffers from the most, is that it doesn't develop its characters in a good way. Not once did I feel attached to these characters. I didn't really care about them as much as I really felt I should have done. And by the time the last actors come around, I don't feel like I've connected enough to these characters to really care what's happening to them, or to the point where I want them to make it out of this and survive. I feel like the movie focused more on the action set pieces and the visuals. And don't get me wrong, the visuals in this movie are absolutely stunning, as you would come to expect from pretty much any Tim Burton movie. However, the weird, creepy, Slender Man type people thing, whatever it was, I felt like they could have delved into that just a little bit more or handled it just a little bit more differently. And it's really hard to explain that without giving any part of the plot away. I wanted it to have something more to do with Samuel L. Jackson's character rather than them being their own thing. Hopefully I haven't spoiled anything there, and if you do see the movie, I'm hoping you get what I mean. But overall, this movie is fine. Eva Green did a really good job in this movie. The rest of the characters were fine, but I didn't feel like we got enough character development on them to care enough about them by the end. I really wish we spent more time with the twins and the girl who has that mouth at the back of their head. I was more interested about them, and they got the least amount of screen time compared to the other peculiar children. The rest of the characters are fine. I feel like Samuel L. Jackson wasn't as an intimidating villain as he should have been. They focused more on the action set pieces and visuals, which are good, but because I didn't care about the characters that much, it didn't really mean anything by the end. And so I have to give Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children 3 stars. Also, this movie is marketed as a family movie when there's a lot of creepy and dark shit in this movie. Parents, just warning you, your kids could have nightmares if you take them to see this. So, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, have you guys seen it yet? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks as always for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you all in the next video.